Welcome to Innocent Girl, Episode 5. So our main character Wataru is ready to go home with Konoka after a very unwelcoming day at school. So in episodes 3 and 4, first, Wataru scared all of his classmates, including the teacher, with his angry glare, and when they asked him what his hobbies are and what he wants to do in terms of art, or selecting an art major, Wataru couldn't give a response and just told them, "I'm still deciding." And then in episode 4, Hinako barged in and gave everyone chocolate candy covered with honey just to basically introduce herself and make everyone aware that she's Wataru's sister. And then after school, Principal Ichigo comes again and gives him a form where he basically declares his art major. And of course, Wataru managed to buy some time by telling her that I'm not ready to decide my major yet. Just give me some more time. So he has a sheet where it lists all the art majors, all the concentrations, and the 4 major departments of the Kurizaki Art Academy. So let's see what happens next as he heads home or to his new living place with Konoka. It's about 15 minutes to go home from here by walking. So yep, he's going home to his dormitory. So naturally, I don't know where it is, so my childhood friend is helping me navigate. And surprisingly, he says that it's closer than what I thought it was. Well, in this place, the way is pretty intricate. Well, because the dormitory is along the coastline, if you get lost, you can just find the coastline and just walk along it until you find the dormitory. But of course, that's gonna take much longer. Well, that kind of makes sense, especially the coastline. You don't even know how it. Well, you don't know how it's shaped. But at least there's something you can use if you really get lost and you can't find your way. I see. Well, it is kind of special though, since you get to watch the ocean while you walk home. It's a pretty nice view. And there are not too many people, so it's kind of relaxing, don't you think? Well, I still want to know that standard path to the home, since it's the path that I'll probably be using a lot. Oh yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, I understand. I don't know why Konoka's feeling kind of sad, given that Wataru's just clarifying what he's trying to do. It is the same as in the classroom, but she's still wonderful. She's still a worried person. You don't have to worry that much. It doesn't really sound that serious, in a sense. That is a racing touch. Oh, humorous by fact. Oh yeah. That's right, Konoka. What is it? Do you go as expected? Well, I'll take the coastline. Haha, yeah, it's something weird. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I think Konoka wanted the coastline, because it gives him the special feeling. A childlike tone of an apologetic face. Well, something. Let's make this face of all time. It is towards the coastline. It seems to be comfortable, and I want to go there for a while. So he's like, yeah, well, the coastline works too, because it kind of gives you that nice, cool ocean breeze. Okay, so we're gonna go take the coastline. Even if I do not rush, so I don't mind it. With the bitter smile of my childhood friend, who pleasantly pulled out my hand, I decided to let her guide me. Okay, so this is what the coastline looks like. You get a nice... It's not that bad. At least you get like a sidewalk, some benches, and a street for cars. Hey, yeah, this way looks pleasant. It's about a 10-minute walk to the downtown area. It seems that it came out to the intended place. Yeah, so he talks about the sidewalks. It's very spacious. And the aroma of the tide. Ah, that nice ocean water. And you can see the horizon out at the ocean. Ah, that's a very nice view. And I'm pretty sure Konoka wanted this way. Yeah, I like this one. The single road to school from here. The road dorm. It's circuitous. Yeah, it takes about 10 minutes more to go through here. Yeah, because you're kind of going like a big loop compared to a direct route. I'm pretty sure, well, I think Konoka just wanted Wataru to see the ocean. And it's probably also a hot day, as we've seen earlier in the story. So having the ocean breeze cool you as you return home is a nice thing to have. I see, I wonder if this way is better. There are not that many shops here. There are a few convenience stores, as I've lived in front. I wonder if that's a good thing. Maybe less people, less traffic? Well, I want to go home on the way back. Or when I go shopping, shouldn't I go out of town just before? I turn around to the sea. So he's just wondering, like, maybe I should try the other way sometimes so I can stop by stores and other shopping places while I go to and from school. Every morning I think that the scenery should be on the side. It is, so when I can afford it, I try to pass through here. So she likes the ocean too. Well, thank you for choosing this route. Thank you for laughing with this feeling. It makes me embarrassed unexpectedly. Oh yeah, that's right. It's a story about a while ago. Despite the outright turnaround of the topic change, she's obediently listening to me. Obediently. And while I remember the end, that it's about that at school. Have you used lock here? Yeah. I was overly talking about these extra things. You don't have to apologize. But I do not speak verbally by itself. Sorry after all. I'm wondering if she's referring to the time at school when she was trying to defend Wataru and his angry glare when the teacher thinks that he's angry for no apparent reason. Even if I'm idle, after all, I've noticed that in such a place. Therefore, it can be said that I am socializing with her for a long time. Probably the feeling of being with his childhood friend and kind of remembering the times when they were together in the past. Yeah, I'm not mad, or rather, I'm just thankful. It'll be hard to say more and more, and when you do with such an innocent face, kind of tapping into those old memories that have been long forgotten. Because of Konoka, thanks to this, I was able to get off early today with everyone. Well, thankfully she knows him very well, and is able to reason with all those classmates about what's going on, rather than he's something. There have been so many since long time ago, so well, what is it? No, not such a thing. So what else does he remember about her? It's not creeping. He's just a person of any era. Something. Don't laugh if you appreciate it. Did you want to ask such a request? I thought about listening to one thing for today's awards, but it came cheaply. Wait. Pierce, now I'll think exactly. So what's the reward that Wataru's asking about? Do you think this by holding your mouth with one hand while turning your palm here? Seriously, bothering me like that. No, it's rare. This is what? I've decided this is my favorite place to shop. I like to eat rice flame by Karu for the first time in a long time. Oh, so now they're talking about stores and shops that they like. And yeah, I like this place. They have good food. It's normal to worry about. Is it okay with that? This is what it's good. Do Do you drive? I don't know what materials are in the fridge of the dorm. Because of this, they probably should be prepared for my welcome. So I'm wondering if they've been talking about shops and restaurants for the whole time and what they liked in the past. And which leads to, well, I wonder what they have in the dorm. Or they have anything prepared for my welcome. From there you can probably make a dish like this, or one of your favorite side dish. Wataru-kun, I'm handling like shipping service. It's been a long time ago. Ah, that seems so. In the past, my parents often worked together and often left the house. Or more like they used to work. My parents often worked away from home. And my oldest son did most of the housework, and that included cooking. So we often taught each other to see if I often did chores. Since she came to live in a dormitory, we had a lot of cooking and I didn't expect it. I'll do it with all my power, and it's making me hungry. Okay then, let's return quickly. Oh, here it is. So it looks like they arrived at the dormitory. Here it is. So if you play Purino Party, you probably recognize the exterior of the dormitory. Yeah, this is like what Hinako said about it. So he got pictures of this place through email, but it was a more solid building than I thought. It's just a high-end luxury facility, and it's on a very expensive property. It's next to the beach, so you get a nice view. It must be pretty expensive to live in. It was a house with a beautiful scenery facing the blue sea. I thought before, but it's a pretty good place here. Yeah, right. The name is called the Dream Manor. Yeah? The Dream Manor. So I'm using the name that was given to me in Purino Party. Kay called this place the Dream Manor, which is in contrast to the Dream House that was in Pure Girl. So who's the owner? So remember what I told you? It's not Kay. It's Rino-chan. Who's Rino-chan? Yeah, who's Rino-chan? And when he asks Konoka the question, Konoka turns red. Rino-chan is my mother. And, let's see what else she says. The call sense of Rino explodes, and some other stuff I can't understand. But what does she have against her mother? It seems to say Rino-san. What do you say? Dream Manor. It's very straightforward. Oh yeah, Wataru-kun, did you not know about this? The procedure of moving or the exchange of luggage with Hinako was all done by the mother. So I wonder, Wataru's items are probably all in there. So while he was at school, his mother just moved everything into the dormitory, which is pretty nice. Rather, it's frightening nature for our parents in the sense of Mr. Rino. By the way, my mother and Rino are on good terms. So they're probably friends, and they made living arrangements, and they had Wataru stay at Rino's house. The kind says to call a friend, but it seems that similar people are affected. Yeah. It's kind of nice to have a name like that, right, Rino-chan? I'm not sure why Konoka calls her Rino. She's probably from a rich family, because this is a pretty expensive place to live. Yeah, that's right, Rino. Knowing each other and understanding us not to deepen further concern in this matter. So, anyways, this is a pretty big place. Who else lives here, besides you? Oh yeah, besides me, there's Hina-chan, so that's Hinako, and Rino-chan, obviously. And there's two people who you haven't met yet. And if you play Purino Party, you probably know what those two people are. Two people. Is this counting the best? Watching the ring finger and the pinky. What I thought of whether the line of sight, my childhood friend made a smile. Oh, those are also good people, so you don't have to worry about it. You're a good person with good standards. Rather, I have never seen a bad person. It also has a beauty point, but it's also a dangerous place. Oh yes, one of them is also a classmate. That was probably the one that was absent. Oh, is that so? Yeah, could it be that person who was absent today? Yeah, I remember her name was Ayashiro or something like that. What's wrong? How did you know? Today's childhood friend who holds her mind. No, it's not mind reading. Well, if we were in the same class, you introduced it to me long ago. And I remember that they said that there was one person that wasn't here today. And I probably think it's her. Well, he did kind of suspect that I was the person that was absent, because only Konoka stood up to Wataru when the whole class was basically all shocked at Wataru's entrance. Ah, yeah, that's right. See, I'm a bit surprised. Because if that person lived in the same place as Wataru, she would probably stand up and talk to Konoka as well. Or basically help Konoka. So then Wataru's like, so she was absent because she's sick? And Konoka's like, no, it's not that she's sick. So what else could it be? Maybe because he frequently cuts class. So yeah, the idea that Kaguri, she paints pictures, and when she paints, she gets carried away and gets completely immersed into the painting. So she's probably taking a break from that. Yeah, everyone's not surprised. That's her usual habit, you know. So the idea that she paints, and she paints so much that she gets tired and takes her day off from school. And it's like, well, it doesn't really matter because it happens all the time. And since it's an art school, being absent just because you're dedicated to some painting or some art-related work might get away with it. Might be okay. Certainly, even when my teacher confirmed absence this morning, no one had a reaction. So they're just used to it. So they know that she's frequently absent. That's a truly not everyday sight. Well, it is an art school, and it's amusing even if there's such variations. Yeah, it's just like what I said. Well, if you're painting so much that you are absent from school, it's okay as long as you show the work to the people. And she probably has enough skills that she doesn't need to learn anymore. Or learn extra, take new lessons on painting. So, okay, so that was one of the people. What about the other one? She's asking Konoka about who the last person is. When I looked at the little finger, my childhood friend gave me a big nod. Oh, then that last person is a senior in the literature department. She's very good at writing stories, and I'll introduce her to you later. Oh. Even so, living in the dormitory is vocal, painting, and literary. It's pretty rough. Well, if you live under the same roof, that might be better. So it seems this is a solid Shirley. 3-dimensional modeling department is enough. Clay and kneading person. Yeah. So this dorm is pretty diverse. You get four girls with completely different art majors and art concentrations. Hinako's singing, and Konoka says that she does 3D modeling. And we have one painter and one writer. So it makes a pretty diverse department. And of course everyone can share ideas and the stuff. So Wataru's asking Konoka, come on, you try hard, don't you? Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, but since everyone's amazing, it's not a level that I can still put my mind at ease. Huh? Still as modest as ever, as a person who's not competitive. It seems to be like that. Hey, let's enter the dorm now. It's getting kind of hot outside. Okay, yeah, I understand. Well, as usual, I'm not good at talking about my topic. Especially the fact that he still can't declare his art major. Okay, so this is what the inside looks like. And you get a really nice view of the sea. Yeah, really big windows, all open. Yeah, it looks pretty nice though it's pretty difficult to clean up. I wonder, is it not? So on the way through the inside, I found Sore. Okay, so he finds something that's singing, or a kotatsu that's singing, and he's just wondering what's going on. Out of place. No, it's a kotatsu. No matter how I see it, it's just sticking out. And it looks like it's moving. And moreover, it's singing. Wataru-kun? What did you do? My childhood friend just shakes her head. Okay, so it starts to move away. Yeah, it moved. It moves right in front of him. I wonder if it stops suddenly. So a magazine just popped out of the kotatsu, and he took it. And then as the snail moves slowly, an object of interest approaches. Once again, the hand jumps out. Whether I'm the one from this place, it looks at that absent-mindedly. After all, is this Rino? Yeah, as understood as expected. Oh, is that voice Wataru? It's been a long time. There was that voice, and I don't know what he did next. Rino-san, I suppose you give a proper greeting. Well, it's just being bored being a housewife here. So I'm just getting some inspiration to do art. Because I'm an artist. So that's a very unusual way to get inspiration. And more importantly, I don't think she's being a very good example of a mother. Especially to Konoka. And here's what she sounds like. Alright, so let's continue and see what happens next. So that proud face disappears, so now she's being very firm about her thoughts. Certainly, it looks like this mother of a baby. I'm an artist. In the name of Rino, a well-known name in stereoscopic systems. I wonder if that's the nickname. For one, it's a wonderful person for time being. Okay, well, please wear something. Okay. So before they can say more, he hears something noisy coming in. Oh, don't forget Hinako. And Hinako's like, Oni-chan, why did you go home without me? So I'm just gonna end the video here, and we're gonna see what happens next. Especially now that Hinako has returned home as well. See you later.